Today we're going to talk about stress management, and a few things that I have a lot of my clients follow, which is health markers. So health markers are going to be broken down into three different aspects. So we've got blood pressure, we've got heart rate, and we've got HRV. Those three are going to be something that we're going to pay attention to daily. And the reason being is those are going to tell us if your body's stressed. If you have stress, high amounts of stress, we're going to have issues where your body's going to actually hinder progress as far as muscle building, fat loss, and the goals that you're looking for to attain with your physique. You can pick up a heart monitor or a blood pressure monitor from pretty much anywhere, and that's going to be pretty easy. Just strap it right onto your arm, press start, and all of these health markers you're going to do actually upon waking in the morning. So this is going to be an early morning thing that you're going to end up doing every morning, and this is going to actually help us to actually track what your body's doing day to day and track stress levels day to day. This is really important for a lot of my people that are pre-contest, because as we get further into a dieting phase, stress levels in the body goes up, and with those stress levels increasing, the issue is once your body gets into a sympathetic zone in comparison to a parasympathetic zone, stressed versus not stressed, the issue that we have is when your body's in a stressed zone, we're not going to process carbohydrates correctly, we're not going to have fat loss happen as rapidly. Your body's basically going to shut down processes that it does not deem as a necessity for functioning. Reason being is, if you think back to times when we're talking about fight or flight mechanism, when you're talking about a predator coming at you all of a sudden, or the example that I use is if somebody walked into this room right now with a gun, the last thing that my body wants to do is think about digesting food or fat loss or anything like that. The only thing my body's thinking is run, get the hell out of there, get away from that situation. Same concept goes when you push your body deeper into the ground. Our issue is your body then increases stress levels, and those stress levels shut down the processes that it does not deem necessary, which is really bad when it comes to building the muscle tissue and also when it comes to fat loss. So our idea here is to mitigate those issues that cause stress. And also see what we've got going on as far as the body goes when it comes to being stressed out. And how we see that is through these health markers. So the second one that we're going to go to is heart rate. The blood pressure cuff will also give you heart rate. So you'll get both your heart rate and your blood pressure from this one machine. The Polar 10 is the other piece that you're going to need. So this Polar 10 is actually going to be a heart rate monitor. I like it not only because of the fact that it can measure HRV, but also because you can use it with your cardio and keeping your heart rate within that target heart rate zone and actually seeing it on every machine you step on. So it's a nice investment for pretty much anybody when it comes to actually doing cardio and making sure cardio is effective. But for this purpose, we're looking for HRV. So HRV is going to be heart rate variability. So it's actually going to be basically the difference between your beats, the time frame between those beats. And so that variability, the smaller that variability gets, the more stressed out you are. So the lower the number, the worse off you are. So when we're looking at that, that's gonna be something else that we use this Polar 10 right when you wake up in the morning, and you're actually going to download an app called Elite HRV. So Elite HRV is actually going to have a tab on here that's going to be a morning readiness tab, and you click that tab once your Bluetooth is linked to your Polar 10, and that tab is actually it's going to be about 2 minutes, and it takes your heart rate and your HRV for a full 2 minutes. It gives you a morning reading. Then once that reading comes out, what you're going to get is HRV, and it'll also tell you your heart rate. The thing that's cool about this is that when you're actually looking at our HRV, it's going to tell us where you're at on this spectrum. So it's going to tell us if you're sympathetic or parasympathetic. Now there's going to be many chances where you may be overly parasympathetic. This could be two different reasons. One could be that your body's overreaching, so it's trying to heal. And so you're basically getting to a point where you're almost going to be putting yourself into the ground. You're going to switch back to sympathetic. Or it could just be that you're very relaxed, you're very good, your body's acclimating very well, and therefore you can push a little bit harder. Theoretically, we want to stay in between that, in that green area, in between parasympathetic and sympathetic, as far as stress levels on your body. If you see anything in that sympathetic range, whether it's yellow or red, that's where we're going to have an issue, and that's a day that you should probably take off from training or cardio or the combination of both. So keeping an eye on these, especially when we're talking about a competitor, is going to be super helpful, because as we go throughout that dieting stage with lower caloric intake, with higher cardio output, and with more intensity in the gym, those issues are going to cause stress on the body. So if we can see that those things are affecting your body, we can change and adapt and make sure that the training volume is taken down. We can make sure that your food is more acclimated to what your body's going to respond to. We can make sure that maybe we take a day off from cardio, or maybe we do a refeed. So this takes all the guesswork out of a lot of things that coaches are currently doing, which is, you know, going by instinct. And what I used to do is go by instinct based on what I'm seeing from my clients. But if you can actually physically see markers that are going to tell you when to make these adjustments, when to make a food increase, when to cut back on cardio, the body responds insanely to those changes. And I've seen it now with multiple clients, one that turned professional as a physique competitor, and it's literally night and day difference from watching. As far as being able to actually pick up these devices to help out with measuring health markers, your blood pressure cuff, you can pick up this one, you can pick up one that actually goes on your wrist, you can pick up a couple different options. All of those can be picked up on Amazon, very cheap, very simple, you know, they come to you in 2 days. The Polar 10, that also can be found on Amazon. Again, it's going to be just the strap. Don't get the watch. There's like a watch and a strap. Just the strap for that, and that's all you need. That, and then downloading the Elite HRV app on your phone, which is a free app, and using those in conjunction. I do want to give a quick shout out to Eugene Teo, Coach Eugene Teo, for giving me the insight into a lot of these ideas. And then also John Meadows for some of his ideas as well too.